What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Afterburner. He's Mikey. I'm Jordan. We're from the In the Dome podcast. We got Yasmin producing tonight. Here to break down the Sharks. Sounds like Sharks in town. The Flames come up with the 4-2 victory, keeping the playoff hopes alive. Bet365, the world's largest sports betting platform. Open an account today with Bet365 and bet on a huge range of markets. Download the app today. Use code NATION when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary with Bet365. Afterburner Super Chat proceeds go to Youth Centers of Calgary. Youth Centers of Calgary is a place where kids are welcome and accepted as they are, a place where they get a break from the chronic stress that is a reality for many of their lives, and they can flourish through fun and connection. If you want to get your chat, comment, question on the show tonight, throw a little donation there for the kids, folks.
You said 4-2. You forgot the Yegor got another goal, baby. It's 5-2.
Oh, yes, right.
Another goal for Yegor.
I hope people get that reference. That's an all-time classic episode from Seinfeld. Another point
yet,
for
bro.
Milos. Another point for Milos. Not dead yet.
I don't want to go on the cart. How is this still? How?
Yes, yeah, you'll be stone dead in a moment.
I don't want to go on the cart. How did we get here?
Dude,
I just am stunned that this is still happening, dude.
If you would have asked literally anybody, Flames fans included, and you're lying if you don't agree with this, you're just a liar. If you had asked anybody, this team would be fighting for a playoff spot with 2 games remaining in the season. They would not believe you.
Nor should they have. Because
this is one hell of a season, man. It's been a season-long debate, team tank / or team playoffs, whatever the side of the fence you're on. It's got a little something for everybody. Obviously, the team tank dreams are all but vanished. But, man, I mean, you see the crowd ovation after the game. Kudos to this team. Kudos to this veteran group, Connie and Huska early on, setting the groundwork for making them buy in. Everybody's bought in all season long, trying to play this playoff style hockey. Dustin Wolf having an unbelievable season. You've seen some last third heroics in the season from Nazem Kadri. You're getting contributions from Coronado. There's a lot of positives to take from this season, even if they don't make the playoffs, even if they're not getting a top 10 pick. What's your take as a whole?
Well, like you said, kudos to the guys. I think obviously Kadri, he's kind of put this team on his back over the last, month or so. I mean, hey, kudos to the entire leadership group.
Yep.
I know we come on here and rag on a lot of these guys sometimes or make fun of them, rightly so. But I think ever since Backlund's come back, they've really turned it in because we're kind of right around that time, right? He went down with the injury. It was kind of like, oh, man, this is it. St. Louis is going on that crazy run. Backlund has come back. I think he doesn't get enough credit and how this team has played this year and just his performance. Since he's been back, he's been absolutely dominant every night he's on the ice. You saw him made a great play on the Coronado goal tonight. So between Backlund and Kadri, Mackenzie Weegar, bro, this guy's a beast. This guy's a machine.
Yep. This
guy's been awesome. So you stack that on top of great performances from these young guys, like you said, Matty Coronado, Dustin Wolf, give me a break. I don't give a shit about Lane Hudson. I don't give a shit about Macklin Celebrini. Did you watch this game tonight? Have you been watching all season? The Calgary Flames have 92 points, and they have no business having 92 points. And it's because Dustin Wolf's in the net, and he should win the Calder. So that's that.
He makes that unbelievable third period save to keep the lead. The Flames score shortly after. That was a pivotal moment in the game. And if you watch hockey for any amount of time, that's the age-old thing, right? You make one big save in one end of the rink, come down and score another goal. Yep, he was awesome. He kept them in it in the first period. They were getting dominated there for a bit. Wolf was just getting peppered, but, man, we've seen that all season long.
Yeah, we've seen that, and it felt like it was going to be one of those nights. Like, we've seen this game before, right?
Yep.
That's why it's like credit to the guys. Maybe they weren't ready. Maybe they were nervous. I don't know what was going on there. But the first period, first 10 minutes, you're just like, oh, it's going to be one of these games. It's going to be one of those crushing defeats where our season ends because we can't beat the San Jose Sharks. Okay, we're going to go like that. It felt like that, and Wolfie kept it from being that because it should have been 2 or 3-0 probably before the Flames even scored their first goal. So, and again, we've seen that all year where he keeps them in it early. And then the guys kind of get their legs under them and play a solid game. And frick, dude, that really looked like it was going to be one of those nights tonight.
Yep. Well, I'm just thankful we didn't have overtime. Every single one of these things we've done so far has gone to overtime. Luckily, they bucked that trend tonight. Let's get into the starting lineup. I know Husk has been kind of juggling things around with Zari injury. Klapka's gone up to the top line. This second line of Coleman, Backlund, Coronado. I mean, you had a Backlund appreciation post this week. You touched on it. Just putting up monster numbers 5-on-5, basically elite in every category other than finishing. And you're sitting there like, oh man, I'm like, maybe Backlund does he need to play with two finishers? Like, what does he need? But they score a huge goal tonight. Coronado, was that his 24th goal of the season? This guy's been on a tear too. Sharon Govich has been great. It's 4 goals in 3 games for him. Frost with possible. So I didn't really notice possible too much tonight.
Yeah, you know what? You never really do notice him. I was thinking about this the other night when Sharon Govich scored that goal, that tip-in goal. He is kind of a guy who you don't really notice much, but it seems maybe this is just the eye test. I know his underlying numbers aren't great all the time, but it seems whoever's possible is playing with, they always seem to just kind of find their game. You know, you've seen that happen with Huberdeau to start the season. He's playing with Boston. He's actually playing really well with this guy. And then you've seen it with Sharon Govich too. I think Frost has actually really benefited Sharon Govich for sure, his turnaround. But you know what? Also possible. You play with a guy like that, you just simplify your game. You just go to the net. Good things are going to happen with a guy like that. We didn't even mention Klapka. I was going off about these young guys, Wolf Coronado.
Yep.
Dude, fucking Adam Klapka, dude.
Yep. Past 2 weeks in a pivotal playoff final push, he's been instrumental, really. He's
turned around, 2 games? Colorado game, that other San Jose game, and he scores an absolutely huge goal tonight. You absolutely needed that one. That was sweet. That was amazing.
We'll get to the highlights. Yeah.
Contributions from everybody. And, I know we're cynical about they're probably going to finish 9th again. And, kind of making fun of the vibes are good. And you don't want to mess with the chemistry in the room. But I think tonight was a good example of a lot of these guys in this team are pulling in the same direction. You kind of get that power of belief going a little bit. You can kind of, everybody's on the same page. You're rolling lines. Everybody's contributing. And that's why you win tonight. And yeah, it's the San Jose Sharks, but you swept the Sharks this year, I think. So That's something they've struggled with in years past is, like I said, on this game on the schedule is always a game where it's oh, fuck, and we kind of saw shades of it with the collapse in Anaheim the other night, but historically these kind of games have been troublesome for the Flames. They always seem to don't show up you remember that one year where they lost to Chicago in a must-win game. I don't know. We've seen this before. So kudos to everybody. That is a huge team win.
All right, let's get to the main talking point. The standings coming into tonight. It's such a dogfight, man. There's still hope. Obviously, coming in, you're 4 points back. Now you're just 2 points back. You still have a game in hand. St. Louis and Minnesota. Everybody was watching them closely last night. Vancouver had a 2-0 lead.
Great job, Vancouver. Can't count on you for fucking anything, eh?
Couldn't count on them to close that one out. But Utah, who beat St. Louis last night in the shootout? Seattle,
yeah.
St. Louis holding them to 1 point. I like how we have Vegas and the Kings. The Kings are fucking rolling right now. We got the Vegas and the Kings to close out the season, and then Minnesota has Anaheim and St. Louis plays Utah. So Anaheim's been playing better. Utah is kind of a team you can't really, sleep on them, but
they beat us recently.
The Flames will need help at this point.
Yeah, you got to win out and you need a loss from somebody. So
we don't have the regulation wins. I know that was a big regulation win for the Flames tonight. Do you have it up there if they do end up tying St. Louis with 2 more regulation wins? Do they get in? Do they have the
St. Louis has? I think St. Louis has 1 more regulation win than the Flames right now.
So St. Louis loses their final game, and the Flames. Well, I guess they don't have to. Yeah,
you're gonna need help.
It's gonna be close. Some help.
It's gonna take a miracle. But don't we deserve it? Can we just please? Can we have something? Yeah, we do deserve it. We deserve a miracle for once. Think about all this fan base has been through for the past. I mean, ever since getting screwed on the Stanley Cup winning goal in 2004. It's like, even just think about everything we've been through the last 3 years with, we get eliminated by the Oilers. Our entire team falls apart. It looks like we get it back together. That goes to shit. It's just like, can we catch a break here? Can we catch a break? That'd sure be nice to not finish ninth for once.
We need some help. We're playing two great teams. Hopefully Vegas, they've already clinched. Maybe, they're resting some guys. Did LA clinch home ice advantage? Maybe they're resting guys. You got to who tweeted this the other day? It was pretty funny because they're like, watch, come down to game 82 and Kuzmenko is going to fucking burn us.
Yeah, it's going to come down. We're going to have a chance if it's like, hey, just beat LA. And Andrei Kuzmenko is going to have one of those classic late season, 2-goal, 2-assist performances, just classic Kuzmenko, eh? Yeah, I can totally. All I know is this. It's likely going to end in the most painful way possible.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like, it's not going to be like, it's not even like a loss tonight where it's like, yeah, you know what? They gave it there. It's going to be like, you're going to think they're going to make it. And just at the last second, something fucked up is going to happen and screw everything up. I can feel it.
It'll probably be a controversial goal call.
Yeah, it'll be like, oh, exact. Well, it's already happened to us. We're already been screwed out of 3 or 4 goals that would have secured at least 2 more points in the bag. So I'm sure, I don't know what the hockey gods have cooking up in terms of pain for us in the next week. I can guarantee it's biblical, of biblical proportions. That's all I know from 20 years of being a Flames fan.
Yeah, you might want to wear your jock strap that day because it's inevitable kick in the nuts coming.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know if we were going to touch on this tonight, but I think we have to. The biggest talking point, obviously, is Zane Parekh has been called up and has sat 3 games now or 2 games. This is his 3rd game.
I think it's 2, isn't it? I don't know. I lost track.
I bring it up because it's I don't know what Instagram but on Twitter it's a fucking shit show. You got Flames fans wanting to kill each other, basically, is what it's come down to over this. I think I know where you stand on it. I'll let you talk about it, but you look at some of these other teams. Minnesota's getting
Zeev Buium.
Zeev Buium's going to be in the lineup. The Oilers just signed Hudson's brother. He's going to be in the lineup. So you got other teams that maybe because they're not battling for a playoff spot, this feels safer to do it.
Demidov from Montreal is coming.
Yeah, give us your take on this.
I mean, you can't say anything because everyone will jump down your throat. I think Zane should be playing. I think it would be an addition. I think what frustrates most Flames fans is that, like you said, other teams kind of see the availability of young talent and see it as an opportunity. It's like, oh, sweet, we can add Zeev Buium, we can add Ivan Demidov. I mean, even some different examples, like the Blues have had Snuggerud in their lineup. The Caps added Ryan Leonard to their team, to their roster. They've been playing him. And you just see other teams approach it as, yeah, this kid can come in and help us. Whereas the Flames is kind of the opposite view, where it's like, yeah, we can't blame him because we don't want him to make a mistake and he'll fuck everything up and then it'll be his fault and then his confidence will be in the shitter. It's just kind of like, well, what? So I understand the basic premise of the Flames playing it safe, right? They don't want to tinker with things too much and put Zane in this position and take a guy out who's kind of helped them get there. I don't agree with that. I understand it for sure. You can rationalize that. But I think what's kind of taken me back and been weird is kind of this weird coordinated attack on, essentially it's been an attack on Zane's ability. And it's like this weird thing where it's like, well, there's no upside to playing him. There's no upside.
There's absolutely zero.
And that's just what I don't agree with. It's like, okay, don't play him. Sure. But don't try to push this thing about there's no upside to playing the guy because you're setting him up to fail, or, you can't put a player from the OHL right into the NHL in a playoff.
Well, you heard similar things said about Dustin Wolf early on in the season. You heard similar things about Matt Cornauer early on in the season. Well, I mean, we argued those 2 points until there's no more need for argument. So, I think you're onto something. I like you said, I see where they're coming from. They're still winning these games. So as long as they're winning the games, then I guess I'm fine with it. But
I'm not fine with it. I'd love to, again, I'm a fan. I'm on the show or whatever, but I want to see the best prospect the Flames have had in years. I want to see him play. And I am impatient about it. Absolutely. I want to see him play right now because I think he could help the team. I think his skill set is one that could definitely help the team. And, like people are kind of acting like, well, you don't have to put him in on playing 20 minutes on the top pairing or anything. Like you could play him in a sheltered role. Have you seen the power play? Went 0 for 6 against Anaheim.
Have you seen the blue line roster?
Yeah, it's like, okay, you could maybe make an argument if the Flames blue line wasn't kind of a skeleton crew. Even if you argue that, well, Zane Parekh, he's young, coming from the OHL is different than other leagues. He's not the best defender, which is like whatever. Even if you say that, well, he's probably like better than at least three defensemen on this team.
Well,
probably even Andersson at this
goals,
point.
You look at some of his goals on a nightly basis, and you're just like, Andersson, what are you doing? You're just standing there. You're just standing there. Zane can't just stand there and not stick check guys.
Exactly. And I mean, like Anderson is obviously hurt. He probably, every time they tweet out the lines, like, yeah, Anderson's not skating morning skate. So it's like I know they're not going to shut him down a playoff, but he's totally not 100%. So, I'd like to see him play. I think his skill set could help the Flames. I understand why they're not playing him, but I just think the kind of like the coverage around it has been really weird and unfortunate because it's kind of like it's turning something cool and awesome into something shitty. And I do think there is value in having Zane around the team for sure and not playing him. I don't think it hurts him. I'm just saying it could help the team and it could help him to put him in. That's all.
Well, like you said, over 6 on the power play against Anaheim. I mean, even some of those practice highlights, like you see this guy's got a knack for playmaking, for goal scoring on the power play. Probably could help the power play out, which is really struggling right now.
It's really struggling. Even for Zane's confidence, because that's the other thing you hear. Oh, he's going to make a mistake, ruin his confidence. It's like, have you seen this kid? Have you listened to this kid? This kid graduated high school and he's 16 years old. Like, I think he's okay in the confidence department. And I mean, for me, again, I'm not.
The guy can solve a Rubik's Cube in 10 seconds.
The guy could probably could man the power play while solving a Rubik's Cube and be more productive on the power play than probably most guys on our team right now. So.
All right, let's get into the game breakdown. First period, Top Titty Toffoli's back in town. Thanks to Dustin Wolf and a couple of beauty goals from the Flames. We'll get to these in a sec. They managed to take the lead, even though for the majority of that first period, they were dominated by the Sharks. I mean, the shots at one point were 15-0. Shots were 8-0. Shot attempts were 15-0. Like it was slanted there for the first little bit.
That was actually impressive to be dominated by the Sharks that badly. It's like, wow, you're getting dominated by the 2025 San Jose Sharks on an 8-game losing streak. That's pretty crazy, dude.
Wolf was keeping him in it. 1, 2, 3, 4 key saves. I feel like we're a broken record every time we do one of these things. It's the same old story.
Well, that's the story of the season, right? He's the reason game 80 matters. It's been Dustin Wolf, and that's why I was going on my rant about the Calder. I hate all this shit about how if the Flames make the playoffs, then you have to look at make Dustin Wolf for the Calder. Make the playoffs my ass. Like I said, the Calgary Flames have 92 points. They have more points than Montreal.
To be bottom 5 by basically every single person on earth.
More points than Montreal. I see your Lane Hudson and I raise you Dustin Wolf. So give this kid the Calder.
All right, 8 minutes in, the shots were 12-2, and Toffoli scores a goal. We got this clip. Let's throw it on there.
And you can always count on a former Flame to score on us, eh?
It's pretty much a given, yeah.
It's a great betting tip. Anytime the Flames
That's a classic Toffoli goal, eh?
Yeah, that was a great goal. Man, he's still really good, man.
We've seen a few of those in our time.
Maybe we should have kept him around, although I guess Igor got the best of him tonight. But yeah, that's a tough play. Andersson, another dash. He's going for the green jacket this year, I think.
We'll get to some Andersson potentially leading the league in minus in the sec. Uyghur comes down, ties the game up with an absolute hell of a slap shot.
What a fucking clapper, dude. This was sick.
A little longer. Like you said, he makes good decisions with it.
Yeah, it's a great goal. Their goalie sucks, but that's an absolute rocket. Old Weegsy.
Flames had their first power play a little over halfway into the period. They had one shot. I mean, we mentioned it. The power play, when Frost first joined the team, the power play was it was humming. It was clicking. It was looking pretty dangerous. You were getting chances. The past, 4 or 5 games, it's just dried right up. It's not looked good.
Yeah, there's no movement, no cross-ice pass. I mean, we joked when Frost joined the team. Remember, we were like, he's making all these cross-ice passes. And everybody else is like, whoa, like, what are you doing? Like, that's not how we do it. We don't go cross-ice on the power play.
Everybody's shocked to get a cross-ice pass. What do I do with this thing?
Whoa, where did that come from? But I mean, that's really been true. They don't really shoot. They don't really have any set plays. It's very stagnant power play.
Seriously, man. Sometimes you watch it, you're just like, do they have one set play that they try to
have one? Like, do they have one face-off play in the power play? It doesn't seem like it.
Zane Parekh.
Hey, Zane could help that. Hey, did you see him in practice?
I did. That was the lowest I've seen a D-man shoot and score from all season long. On the
he actually walked in and like closed the gap. Pretty crazy.
Lombo, who's been also good of late, had a great chance in front, was blocked by a defenseman shortly before this sick fucking goal. Let's throw this up here. Tawdry finds Klapka. This had me juiced.
Dude, like, and brought a highlight pack of like every player in the dude.
Nice little Zach Hyman special. A good little tap-in goal for Klapka. Flames go up 2-1. You got some first period stats?
Well, they kind of got dominated. It wasn't maybe as bad as you thought. 5 high danger chances for San Jose to Calgary's 2. They kind of reeled it in there. And I mean, the Sharks do kind of play that throw everything at the net style. So shots after 1, 15-6, high danger chances after 1, 5-2. So Wolfie keeps you in it there.
All right, the Derek Newman Group with CIR Realty buying or selling. Let Derek do the work for you. Email at dnewman@cirrealty.ca or call 403-619-6661 or visit dereknewmangroup.com. Complimentary in-house home staging consultation, accountable and available, whether it's your first home or you've bought, sold, and several. He will take the time to understand your goals. On the selling side, we'll do a pre-listing consultation to help you every step of the way with a comprehensive marketing plan, detailed analysis of other comparable homes on the market, the ability to find homes off market and go the extra mile to hunt down options for buyers. If you're interested in buying or selling your home in the greater Calgary area, call Derek at 403-619-6661 and he'll make it easy for you. Let Derek put his network to work for you. All right, Matt, second period, obviously much better start for the Flames. They were taking it to them for a bit. A few minutes in, Uyghur rang one off the post. We don't have the highlight of that. And then Jan Ruda, super sniper, scores his third goal of the year to put the Sharks up 2-1.
Yeah, known sniping defenseman Jan Ruda, which was his third goal.
Another one of those ones where Andersson, I don't know. I guess he's trying to keep the guy on the side of the net,
but still just another. I don't know. It's been a tough go for old Rasmus this year, man.
He goes, that's minus 38 for him. He did he was on for the empty netter goal, so he was minus 37 to end the night. But let's throw up this Andersson stat sheet. This is league worst. 4th worst in the league, only behind Connor Bedard at the moment. And Tyler Bertuzzi
and Mason Laura. Wow, dude. He's going for that green jacket.
He's still got 2 games against some, couple of good teams. He could do it. There's still time to take the crown. I mean, like you said, he's injured, but what's your take on Andersson, his play this season?
Well, yeah, I think he's hurt. Obviously, he's, like I said, every time they're doing line rushes or morning skate or anything, he's absent maintenance. So he's definitely hurt. I just think like people have kind of put, like number one, like kind of anointing him is they think he's this number one defenseman. He's never really been that. I don't think he's this bad. He's obviously really struggling on a team that isn't incredibly sound defensively and doesn't have that many NHL quality defensemen. And he's having to carry a heavy load. And he's just not a defensive defenseman. I've said this, if you slide him in on a good team with a strong first pairing with a good partner, like he's a great second pairing D-man. He's very, very gifted offensively. Like he can drive offense, and you've seen him do that. You saw him do that earlier in his career really well when the Flames were an excellent possession team under Daryl Sutter. Like he was really good. When he's having, I don't think he's this bad. I think this is probably an injury thing, but I think he's just got too much on his plate relative to his ability and his skill set. So they've treated him as the number one defenseman. Like he's not Uyghur. And that's not even a diss at Andersson, but like Uyghur is a top 10, top 15. top pairing guy in the league, and he can handle everything you throw at him. Andersson's not that guy, and he never has been. So I just think he's on a bad team. He's on a team that struggles to defend, and he's not a great defender in general. So that's not a slight at him. It's just not his game. So I just really think that's kind of what it's come down to. And it's a lot of things that are factoring into it too. But a lot of things have to go wrong for you to be minus 38. So
yeah. He's obviously been one of those names. He's got 1 year left after this season. He's been one of those names, trade talk potentially in the offseason. Do you move this guy? Do you keep him? I mean, if the Flames dead move him, how much worse are we?
Not that much worse, right? Like you look at the Lindholm, like, right? Everybody's like, wow, Boston's terrible this year. I mean, different players, different situation, can't compare apples to oranges. But, when the Flames were looking down the barrel of signing Lindholm to that mega deal, a lot of people were like, that's not a good idea. Like he was 28, 29, same kind of age as Andersson will be when his contract extension starts. It's kind of like this guy's already played his best hockey in the NHL probably. So you don't really want to be, locking these guys in. So I think he's a great guy. He loves the city. If he wanted to stay on a deal that made sense for the team, that's something I think they will be open to. But I mean, look at Lindholm. Look at all these guys who hit 28, 29. And he's had some hard miles the last few years. Like I said, he's not a top number one D-man, and he's kind of been playing like that for the past 3 or 4 years. Guy has like a bajillion block shots this year. So
if you were credit him in the offseason, or wait until the end of next season, or would you try to re-sign this guy? What would you do?
I would try to move him in the offseason. I've been on record as saying you probably should have tried to move him at the deadline to get max value. But, we saw this situation play out with Hannafin, and while I think the return was still okay, it was definitely limited because they waited too long because they tried to sign him. So I think if you want to continue along with the plan, you have to look at doing that in the offseason.
Flames go back on the PP. They get a few decent chances, don't convert. And then Coronado, man, this kid can fucking shoot the puck. He had a nice opportunity here in front.
Dude, he's got that patented release, eh? Man, that's sick. That kind of like one leg, strong side ripper.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he's on his left leg, right leg, both legs. This guy
legs.
Just rips it.
You could put him in
legs.
You could put him in. He would have a wicked shot in like sledge hockey or anything, man. This kid can whip it.
He just shoots with so much purpose every single time. And you can see that little nifty move before. It's basically a one-on-one. He's so good at finding the angle and creating that angle, and even finding that little bit of space he needs to get the shot off. Like, fuck, he's dangerous.
Yeah, so every time he gets the puck, it looks like it's going through the goalie.
All right, second period stats.
Yeah, pretty good for the Flames. 6-2 high danger scoring chances for Calgary. Shot attempts 29-10, shots 16-5. So a huge response from the boys. I liked I don't know if you've been watching these Chase behind the scenes videos.
Yep.
But they always give a really good look into the dressing room. And I always just imagine like what Kadri and Weegar and Lomberg are saying in the dressing room, like what those guys said to the boys in the dressing room. Because there was this great clip from the episode that aired last night where Kadri's in the dressing room, they're about to play New York, and he's like, boys, Fox, hit physical on Fox early. He's gonna fucking disappear.
And did they run the show with him in that game?
So
all right, Origin
it's dude. You got it. Nazem Kadri. That's all we could just start the show and we could say Nazem Kadri, Dustin Wolf. That's the show, folks.
Matt Coronado. Igor tonight, another 2 goals for
Igor tonight, I guess.
Origin Brewing and Malting Company. The Hiltons are a 5th generational family farm and have been growing the highest quality barley in the world for over 40 years and use the highest quality of that barley to brew Origin beer. Blending tradition and innovation for a truly unique experience that proudly celebrates Alberta farmers. We grow beer. Homegrown lager, Mexican lager, Pioneer IPA, Lazy Days Haze, Hazy IPA, Roxford Raspberry, Prickly Pear, Guava Goes, Backdraft Red Ale, Lost Brown Ale. Usually you watch these games, I could use one of those, but tonight was...
tonight first period, probably.
Tonight, yeah, maybe the first period.
Even when they tied the game, it was like, oh, ugh.
Origin offers $5 local delivery on any order over $50 or more within a 50K radius of downtown Calgary. Place your order on Origin's online store at originbrewing.ca. Click the shop button and browse through our quality selection of craft beverage and merchandise. And now the OC, Origin Calgary. The Origin brand continues to grow. In addition to their malting brewing faculties and tap room in Strathmore, is now open their brewery and tap room in Calgary. It's easier than ever to sit down for a pint of Origin or take home cans, growlers, or even kegs for yourself. Located at 943 28th Street Northeast, and of course, still going strong at 60 Spruce Park Drive in Strathmore. Let's get to the third period. Flames are up 2-1 at this point. And Igor Sharangovich, he's been much better as of late. Goals in 3 consecutive games now. 4 goals in 3 games with the empty netter. This is a good goal, too. Yep, he's out and up
down the stretch. But what a shot that was. I think playing with Frost, that's the thing with Igor. It's kind of like you think about last year when he struggled, because you remember that chunk of the season to start where he was really bad. He struggled. And he was like playing on the 4th line. He was playing everywhere. They've never really been able to find a spot for him. I think that's partially why, again, he struggled this year. He's kind of just been like, where do we put this guy? We don't know where I put him. And hey, I remember when the Philly trade first happened, they had Frost and Farabee playing with him. He looked pretty good. And they've gone back to that. And I think playing with a centerman like Frost, who can move the puck and transition well, has definitely helped his game.
Coleman takes a penalty for breaking Celebrity's stick. It's the San Jose Sharks' first penalty of the game, and they kill it off thanks to Dustin Wolf. This was easily the save of the night, one of the best of the season. On Toffoli.
Everybody in the building, everyone thought that one.
Where is it?
Didn't just hit him. Yeah, great awareness.
Yeah,
it's just an unbelievable save.
He throws his body in front of the save, or front of the shot, the last second to make the save. Shortly after that, 2-on-1, Huberdeau comes down and shoots it right at the goalie.
His favorite spot.
Huberdeau last little stretch of games, leaving lots of room for improvement here. Don't you think?
Yeah, he's kind of looked like first year, second year Huberdeau, where, his game isn't simplifying. He's not skating with the puck. He's not moving. He's kind of he's doing a lot of these stop ups, not moving his feet as much. So he's just got to simplify his game and get moving his feet again.
We got a clip of this too. Non-interference call. Clapper gets hauled down. I thought the officiating was okay tonight, but this is obviously a missed call.
Nothing egregious, but that should have been a penalty.
Well, it's the big man. It's because he's 6 foot whatever. Is that why they don't call it penalty? Like, look at that.
I like how he's just like on his ass sitting down. He's still like taller than most of the guys on the ice. He's just like sitting there and he's still like 6 feet tall.
Right after that, Coronado, absolute snipe. Our nickname for him is out to lunch because
I think he gets a bad rap, even though he's a super important part of this team. Great play by him again.
That pass was going nowhere, though. That was an insane play to kick that up right to his own stick back to the net. Play. This guy is like Coronado was deadly, dude.
Dude, he's fucking money too.
Yeah,
and he works. You said he shoots with a purpose. He plays with a purpose too. He's one of these guys because sometimes you get these guys in here who maybe they work their balls off, but it's kind of like the working hard versus working smart thing. He's got a really good hockey sense, and layer on top of that, he's got a freaking motor on his ass.
Well, he's a nifty little playmaker too. I mean, totally. Everybody known for scoring goals, but man, he's made some pretty sweet little plays throughout the season.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got the Igor empty netter goal. Ices the game here with this.
And hot again, streaky score. Absolutely one of the streakiest guys we've seen in a long time. Getting hot at the right time. Hey,
no better time to be hot right now. We like I said, you got 2 great teams coming up on the schedule. Just hopefully they're resting guys, but yeah, you need him to continue the hot streak. Platinum Mitsubishi, the road ahead is brought to you by Platinum Mitsubishi, Calgary's #1 destination for the upgraded 2025 Outlander, the refreshed flagship 7-seat vehicle from Mitsubishi Motors. The 2025 Outlander features the first ever vehicle audio system provided by the industry leaders at Yamaha, and new for 2025. It is also the only vehicle offered by a mainstream manufacturer to include a brand name audio system from the base model all the way up to the top of the line. Other new features: available brown seats, ventilated cooled front seats, standard 12.3-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get into the best back cars in the country with a standard 10-year powertrain warranty at Platinum Mitsubishi, 2720 Barlow Trail Northeast here in Calgary. Okay, man, we're going to get to anytime goal score for tomorrow, then we'll get to the chat. Whatever you guys want to talk about, throw your questions in there, comments, any topics you want us to cover. If you just want to talk about Zane Parekh the entire time,
we can do that too.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime is a barn burner. Every face-off, hat-trick, power play, shot on goal, penalty shot, every suspensional minute in between is amazing. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary. Bet365, an official partner of the NHL. Download the Bet365 app today and use the code NATION to get in on the game. Must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly. Anytime goal score for tomorrow. We got the LA Kings at the Edmonton Oilers.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to bet that Andrei Kuzmenko continues his heater right into the playoffs. He's playing outstanding right now, playing with Kopitar and Kempe. It's a good-looking line.
Very interesting very interesting for you.
Yeah, it's a very interesting moment for me. We go playoffs. Here we go.
Dude, us making the playoffs and Kuzi screwing the Oilers in the playoffs is like, that's keeping me alive at this point.
The Oilers beat the Jets today with a decimated lineup.
Yeah, the Jets are probably just like, yeah, we got President's Trophy locked up. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, we don't need to win any more games. Were they some guys? Oh, Ehlers took a bad injury, ran into the linesman last night. It was not good.
So,
all right, let's get to the chat. Do we have any super chats to throw up, or anybody making donations tonight?
Whoa.
Josh, searching for Scarlet. This guy is him and John, his band buddy from Searching from Scarlet, actually recorded our intro, the classic electrical ripper face-off intro for In the Dome. As per a gentleman's bet agreement in December, if our boys make the playoffs, I will be joining you in Calgary for a playoff game. Mikey, make sure you got a spot for me to crash.
You got it.
You don't mind bunking up with Josh for one night?
That's fine. Come out to rural Alberta.
Thanks for the donation. The kids appreciate it. Any more super chats? Brang Donkey. Conroy knows his team's old centers aren't going to be able to do this for another couple seasons, and the kids aren't ready yet. We deserve playoffs for the coming pain. McKenna next year. I saw this in the Twitter feed tonight. McKenna scored unbelievable goal.
Fuck, dude. Does unbelievable even describe it?
Just insane is what it was. Again, Flames fans, we got to tank for this kid, but the number one question I saw was, is it even possible to take next season with Dustin Wolf?
Dustin, we're going to send you an all-inclusive vacation. It's just going to be a year-long sabbatical. Just come back, rest up, get ready for the next season when we can have Gavin McKenna and Zane Parekh. Just take the year off, Dustin, just like, it's pretty normal, right? Load management. We'll take load management. We'll take the load management idea to a whole different level and just have Dustin Wolf take an entire season off. And then we can get Gavin McKenna and then we'll be set. I think that's a pretty good idea.
It's really all you got to do. It's no big deal. You don't mind, do you, Dustin?
That'd be
Pick one for the team.
Let's go, please.
Is that for super chats?
We need Gavin McKenna so bad, though, dude. Like, come on. Please.
Super chats. Any more super chats?
That's all we got.
I'm just scrolling.
That's pretty decent. It was at $40, something or other.
A little night. Like I saw one dude getting mad at me for saying that Andersson's playing on a bad team because, they have 92 points. Well, I mean, do you watch the games? Like, did you watch the first period? They're not a great defensive team, is the point I'm trying to make. Like, they're not the freaking 95 New Jersey Devils out there or the 2022 Calgary Flames. Like, they do allow a lot of high danger chances. And
you see a lot of this
extremely tight defensively. So that's what I'm saying.
You see a lot of this throughout the season. Fans, basically repeating what the media's been saying all season long. And even TSN was writing articles about how great a defensive team Calgary is. But when you really look at all the underlyings, we're like mid to 20, we're like around 20, 25 in all defensive metrics. We're not a good defensive team. It's just been fucking outstanding goaltending.
It's been great goaltending. And I mean, they kind of play that way to kind of keep things low event, but they're still giving up a decent amount on any given night. That's all I'm saying. Like, Rasmus Andersson isn't playing on a top-tier defensive team. He's not out there playing on the St. Louis Blues, who have been unbelievable since Jim Montgomery took over defensively. Like, this is a team where they give up a fair amount. That's all I'm saying, bro. Dude, this is a team who's top 4 defenseman. No disrespect. I love Joel Henley, but Joel Henley's been there, right? Like, look at the lineup. They have 92 points, and it's shocking to everyone. So they shouldn't, and they do. So that's what I meant.
I see some Carter King in the chat tonight. I don't know much about this kid. I don't know if you do or not.
Hey, a local kid. This is pretty cool because listen, not to go all Don Cherry on people or we got to bring in local kids, but I always we need a little bit more of this. I always like when there's local kids in the organization. The Flaming Sea means something to them. The city of Calgary means something to them. I like a little bit of that. I like a little bit of that action. So this is pretty cool. He was a 1-year ELC because of his age. I think he'll be joining the Wranglers. So that'll be pretty sweet too. You get a good look at this kid in Calgary, in his hometown. So, hey, if we don't have Flames playoff hockey to watch the Wranglers. That'll be pretty sweet.
Saw a couple comments about this. We're going to need help. Vegas has already clinched. They can rest guys if need be. If the Oilers do beat the Kings tomorrow, because they're still battling for home ice advantage, LA might be forced in a must-win situation. They might be going balls out for a final game of the season. We want LA to beat Edmonton tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I guess you have to wait. The thing that's going to be painstaking is on Tuesday, all the games happen, and the St. Louis and mini games start before the Flames game. So, by the third period against Vegas, we'll kind of know what's going on. So it'll either be we maybe have a chance or it's over. So Tuesday night's going to be a freaking stressful night, man.
I would expect no less from this Calgary Flames team. Grapes on the pod. Yeah, we've asked Grapes. He didn't respond. It was
he's 95.
His PR. Every time I see Grapes, I'm like, oh fuck, this is fucking old. Yeah. Any more questions, comments we want to get to? Now's a chance. We got to jump. If not, do the Blues lose their next game? Green.
Okay, all I do on my predictions is like I said earlier, I chart out okay, what's the most painful finish for the Flames? I feel like they'll probably lose. I feel like this will be in the Flames' hands, and they'll not be able to.
Yeah, it'll be a Blues loss. They'll lose to Vegas, and then they need to win in regulation against the Kings, and then it'll go to overtime, and then Huberdeau and Carter will be out there.
Here's what we're gonna have. We're gonna end the season probably on another Nick Ritchie type situation where it's it comes down to it, and it'll be something ridiculous. Was that the worst ending to a season that you ever? I think that's got to take the cake, dude.
Well, yeah, that was pretty bad. At least it wasn't game 82 though. That would have been just
I think that's even worse than McDavid eliminating us. That, maybe not. That sucked, but that's still pretty painful.
I don't mind. That's a little juju. The spirit of T.J. Gillen will help Utah win.
Yeah, I like that.
Take anything I can get at this point.
It will take, dude. Whatever your weird superstitions are, whatever you've got going, do it. Do it now.
Flames don't have a single tiebreaker, says Daryl Sutter. I didn't know he's a fan of the show. Is it not farming season right now?
Big fan.
I thought he was busy at the farm.
No, he's busy.
He's busy chat all the time. Busy just trolling the chat every night. Eh?
Yeah, that's right.
Is that true? If the St. Louis Blues, I don't know. I feel like they threw the regulation wins up there. I think they could tie in regulation wins, but then I guess maybe we don't hold the tiebreaker because they beat us in the season series. Is that how it goes? Sounds probably.
Here's how it goes. We're not. It's here's how it goes. We need a freaking miracle. It's like Jerry Seinfeld when he does that race against the guy. He's like, "How do you feel?" We need a miracle, and then they shoot the gun and it doesn't go off, and he gets the head start. We need something like that. We need something like that to happen.
Absolutely.
All
right, man. Any closing thoughts before we jump off?
Oh man, bro.
You're just gearing up for peak pain. I can see it in your
can't
eyes.
believe you see, because like, okay, you watch these games, you get emotionally prepared, and like something happens like tonight where they come out of the gate and you're just
how often are you just like, oh, maybe
put me out of my
just lose so we could just be.
I'm just like, holy fuck, like, this is like pulling teeth at this point. Yeah, it's been fun, but also it's been really emotionally draining, right? Because it's not like, okay, they've played well, but it's not like this has been like a 5-game, 6-game winning streak. They've been on a lose until tonight where they put 2 games together. But the last 6 games have been win one, lose one, win one, lose one. So it's really been like, fuck, it's so over. Oh, yeah, we still have a chance. We still have a chance. So it's just been like, dude, like, Tuesday is going to be stressful, but to be honest, I'm just ready for this to be over, man. Holy fucking shit. Pardon my language.
I think that does it for us. We're going to be doing the final afterburner.
We got the last game.
Got the last game of the season.
It's either going to be a freaking party or...
What would you prefer? Flames for the win to make the playoffs or see Zane Parekh? Obviously, it's playoffs, but it'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool to see Zane both.
It's kind of annoying that we can't have both. Why can't we have both? It would be sweet to have both. I mean, obviously, until we're totally out of it, I'm still hoping for playoffs because, hey, you know what? It's been a tough year. You know what? You think back, not to get all, you think back to what happened in the summer and, at the beginning of the year, I was like, let's make the playoffs for Johnny Gaudreau, man. And you think about how inspired some of these guys have played, and they're just kind of right there. It sure would be pretty awesome to see them make it.
Thanks for doing the show, says Taryn Boot. He's been here from day one, fan from Australia. I don't know what time it is there, but kudos to you for following.
Dude, thanks for
following the Flames from Australia.
Good on you. Good. Following the Flames from Calgary is tough enough, man. Following the Flames from Australia, that's a true fan right there.
All right. Green's going to buy everybody's beers if we make the playoffs. We're going to hold you to that, Green. I think that does it. Thanks for coming on, everybody. We'll catch you guys on the next one.